This song fucking rocks so hard. So hard. Just watching how long I'm letting the intro. This song absolutely rips. Do you guys remember what did we start the stream with yesterday? Actually, I'm not sure if it was yesterday or the day before. Somebody commented during like the start of the stream, like what the WTF or something like that. A bunch of question marks. Let's see. This is Love Song for a Witch by Dog Fashion Disco. I want to talk about this song for 1 second if I can. So I told my friend who's a non-musician. He loves music and he loves Dog Fashion Disco. He loves all kinds of really cool shit, actually. It's actually shocking to me. You know when you meet somebody that's into like certain... I can hear myself. Oh, we got a feedback happening here. You know when you meet somebody that's just into so many good bands that you just you perceive them and you look at them as if like, bro, you should be a musician, and you kind of look at them like they are a musician, and you almost forget that they're not, because you know what I mean? Like, I have friends like that. I have a few friends like that, 2 or 3 that I can think of that are just like my friend Jody, who is a male. I know Jody tends to be a female's name, but in any event, it is used for men at some point as well. Jody, a few of my friends are like, just you just have this thing. You're like, man, you should be a musician. Why aren't you a musician? You know what I mean? So anyways, I told this friend that I would learn this song. The last song I was listening here, I told him I was learn Love Song for Which you guys already got to listen to it. But I told him I would learn it for him. I was like, man, I'll learn it for you on bass, no problem. I've been listening to this song for like 25 years or something like that. And I've never, ever listened to the bass because the guitar line and everything else that's happening is so dominant. There's horns. There's a singer that's all like Mike Pattoning it up. There's just like, like all this stuff going on. And I never listened to the bass. I always kind of thought the bass just followed the guitar. Yeah, it doesn't. So I sat down to learn it. And you're like, okay, in this part, the bass follows the guitar. So this part follows the guitar, and I was like, okay, this part's fine. And then this part comes. He does these little do. It's a hard song. Oh no! 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 Hand down. See, now I'm gonna have to find that. We had this discussion the other day of only buying 1 or 2 picks. Anyways, what are we here for? Hi, my name's Tyler. Welcome to the Amp Sim Show. This is our hard start to our Amp Sim Show. Stoked to be here. How's it going, Pedro? How's it going, Ton Guitarra? How's it going, Bo? How's it going, everybody? I'm stoked, although I'm a little stressed about that pick. Where are you, pick? That's a real huge bummer. I'm going to have to go find that after. Oh, man, we just talked about why you never drop those picks, because I don't have 6 of them. All right, what are we doing today? Well, we're talking about dad-approved plugins, and what does that even fucking mean? What does that mean? There's so many dads out there using amp sims. What does he possibly mean about dad-approved in the amp sim world? What does that even mean? Well, I'll tell you. Hang on. All right. What I mean by dad-approved is I imagine a boomer when I think of a dad, because dads, to me, at my age, that is an actual boomer. My dad is an actual realistic in the flesh boomer. I love it how the new generation calls anybody older than 30 a boomer or anybody that thinks slightly older than they do is a boomer. That's not correct. You're misusing that terminology that's been around for like 50 years before you were born. Any event, when I say boomer, I mean somebody that's in their 60s or 70s, or even, let's say, even though it's not, maybe not technical, we're going to say even like mid to late 50s. I'm thinking of someone who's maybe not super completely computer illiterate, but somebody that that has never used a plugin before, never used a DAW. I imagine needing to come into it very, very softly and slowly, just like I did with my uncle, who was interested in getting into the plugin world. So here's what I started him on. And this is what I start almost every single beginner on that I've ever worked along with, which was literally hundreds of people over the years. Some notable musicians, in fact, and if they are completely alien and foreign to plugins and completely alien and foreign to everything, man, they always tell me, oh man, I got all these ones recommended to me from like Neural DSP and STL Tones and all these companies, and I bought a few, and there's a lot going on and I just don't fully understand. Okay, perfect. I mean, those are fairly simplistically laid out, let's be honest. But we're going to make it even more simplistic. Also, having a little bit of a beverage today. This is a non-alcoholic raspberry cider. Raspberry. This is from the Sober Carpenter as well. I noticed they had these today. Let's try it. I have not really tried this one. Wonderful. That's delicious. Awesome. So this is a raspberry sour, which I've actually never had in its alcoholic form, so I wouldn't even know if this was close or not. That is delicious. Okay, so I've got my dad guitar here, but the plugin I start every beginner on is the Audio L12X. Why? Because it's free. It's all on one panel. Essentially, there are. Oh wait, for whatever reason, these panels are not working. It doesn't matter. We're only using this one anyway. Hold on. What's happening here? Oh, I see. Okay, so this is the Audio L12X. It's a solid state amp. It's based on a Marshall, which is also, as we know, Marshall is sort of a dad-approved thing. I'm going to be honest. Dads love Marshalls. What is with the G sharp here? Fuck. This tuner has gone crazy. I need good recommendations on another clip tuner, I think. Because I need to go and buy a new tuner. And because this one is just not fully floating my boat anymore. And I just put some new strings on this, so you're going to have to be gentle with me. They've only been on for one session. I had this out for, I think. So we're going to need to just, be patient a little bit. Also, the weather is fucking whacked around here. Whacked. We were at minus 30. We were at minus 39 the other day. Or, sorry, minus 35, rather, about a week and a half ago. And now, what are we at? Guys, it's where we are at like we're at like plus 5 today, and it's pouring rain. And they wonder why people from around here go crazy. Anyways, sorry, Tyler, bad timing. What bad timing? What's the song? Hi, Bo. What up, Pedro? Phraskin, how are you? Now, this is going to be an interesting stream because, a lot of us have a lot of us have dads or uncles or maybe even older siblings that play instruments. A lot of us, we were inspired by our family members, and not myself specifically, but I have a friend of mine who's teaching his dad currently how to use Amp Sims. He bought him an interface for Christmas, and this is where this all came from, really, because I was helping him to help his dad out a little bit, and I got the inspiration to do this. Plus, we used to do this sort of thing back in the Honest Amp Sim Reviews days. Johan used to do his dad approved thing because Johan is of dad age. I have also of dad age. It's funny, but I mean, I'm not a dad. Do we have any dads in the audience today? I know Bo is obviously a papa. I have my dad approved Telecaster. There's a couple of humbuckers in here. This is a very much a blue collar workman's guitar, as they would call it. The kind of guitar that you can flip over and have lunch on. The kind of guitar that you can when you're working on it, place some of your materials just on the guitar. Really, it just doesn't matter. This thing is beat up and it sounds great. In this guitar, I have a humbucker from hell, which is more like a single coil, poorly named pickup. And I have a PAF Pro 30th anniversary back here with a really nice black cover on it. I was so excited to find that pickup used. Now, this particular amp, why am I going after Marshall tones? Because it just sort of seems like Marshall is that dad-approved tone since, the old days. Marshall and Fender seem to be those dad-approved amps. Every dad that I ever knew, or every older player that I ever knew in my community, had one of the two in their arsenal. That's sort of like the era they grew up in, and Marshall was king in that era. These men grew up in an era where Marshall and Fender was challenged very rarely as for their throne. These days we have tons of other companies, we have tons of other stuff, but back in the 70s and the 60s, 70s, and even early 80s, there really wasn't a whole fuck of a lot to rival either of those companies out there. Yeah, there was we had Mesa and Orange and stuff like that, but so we're going to go after some Marshall tones here today to start with. That is a dad approved tone right there. And you might be thinking, well, you're 20, I'm only 25 and my dad's only like 50. My dad's only like 50. And that's fine too, because I feel like when a guitar player hits a certain age, there's just they just start liking Marshall. I've loved Marshall because I grew up in an era and the retailers in the area had made Marshall very popular, and it was the cheapest loud amp to get, that in PV. So my entire community, the stores in it, sold a lot of PV, a lot of Marshall, back and forth. One store had Marshall, one store had PV, and they competed and blew out those amps all the time. So there's a lot of both of them in my community growing up. Marshall, for me, I just feel like it's one of those amps that, in any event, most dads are going to like a Marshall. You pick what you think, though. Ask your dad, what is your dad's favorite amp? Who's just your dad's favorite guitar player? Cater the experience. That's what I just did for my friend. His dad's favorite guitar player is David Gilmour. So what I did was I did something really special, and using some of my connections, put together a really nice free software bundle that had a lot of the David Gilmour stuff. Between a few different developers, I managed to put together a really nice free software bundle that he could give to his dad and kind of look like, holy shit, dad, I'm giving my dad like, $600 worth of software, but in reality, it cost him absolutely nothing but a favor at some point, maybe fixing something in my house that I can't fix because he can. So I did something really nice there, and I was just like, I got you covered. I went to Equip Board and I just went down. I found what I could, the high watts and everything else. I did what I could to help out there. So cater it to the player's experience. Any beginner that not just a boomer or a dad, but any new player that is coming into plugins, cater the experience to them. Don't just drop on them. You see it all the time. You go to certain user groups where it's like, or certain forums where you're like, someone's like, oh, what is the best amp sim for this? And without thinking, they'll just rattle off something. No. Do some research here. What is what is your favorite player? Let's get you started the right way with some stuff you're really going to like so that you get hooked into these plugins, as opposed to being like, well, I don't really like those tones. It's not really for me, right? I tried learning Miserloo after missing the surf stream. My God, I'm so slow. I feel like a snail. Pick leaves the chat. I saw that now. Yeah, it did. And that's sad because that's the snake. That's the one I've been using most lately. So it's kind of a bummer. How's everybody? Message Recto, how the fuck are you, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody today. Sorry I wasn't on a little bit earlier. I just made myself a family obligation. I sort of just, I don't know, my family gatherings get a little too packed for my taste, and I have issues where when a small room gets a lot of people in it, I go the other way. So I showed up, surprised my sister who's in town and her kids, and so with some secondary Christmas gifts and hanging out a little bit longer today. So I opted to do that instead of stream this afternoon. And then I had a nap. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So this thing is a mighty tone already. This is okay. We got no pedals. And this is free. I'm also going after some free stuff. I'm clipping all over. I'm clipping all over the place today. That's okay. All right, now I'm not clipping anymore. This is 100% free. Okay, it's got the cab sim here. And now here's why I also really, really, really like the L12X. Because this thing is versatile. And on top of that, you can teach the user how to build a signal chain using this and other free gear. I've loaded up some other free gear here today where, I mean, I know I've got guys, if you're in here and you're a beginner user and you're like, man, he's got a lot of clutter in that signal chain. It looks like there's a lot happening. Guys, it's not what it looks like. It's just stuff I keep in here for really quick usage without having, certain things that are in here all the time. A few things I could get rid of, to be honest. Like, I could get rid of... no, I'm not going to get rid of that. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff that you can get for free. And that is some of the best. Always start with free stuff. When someone is just stepping into plugins, don't go and recommend them the, $150 Neural DSP, STL tones, $150 plugins. If they're a metal player, you might want to send them over to STL Tones to get the Emissary bundle, for example. If they're anything else, you probably want to send them over here to Audiority to get the L12X, potentially to Nembrini Audio as well to get the Crunk. These are free, effective ways to start, and you can teach them how to build a signal chain so they don't get reliant on standalones from the very beginning. Fuck standalone plugins. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it. They serve very little purpose apart from content creation. I guess just if you're just playing at home, I guess. But really, if you could just learn how to use a DAW from the beginning, I'm telling you, your journey with plugins will be more fun. 100%. Live outside the box. Teach people to live outside the box and work outside the box from the beginning so they have that skill set. And they're not stuck wondering, how the fuck do I use a DAW? And limited to plugins and only plugins that have a standalone version. Don't do that. Don't get hooked on that sort of thing. It's a slippery slope and it's just too easy. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to teach people to use the L12X and then go and download some free pedals. I got a few from Nembrini Audio right now. I have the 808. I have the big stuff. These are all Boomer approved, by the way. Dad approved. The 808 is a classic tube screamer from way back. Lots of dads used to have lots of experience with tube screamers, lots of experience with big muffs, lots of experience. Thank you. Lots of experience with a Proco Rat, and at least they know what a Klon Centaur is. And so if you're telling them that, hey, Dad, I can also get you a free Klon Centaur with this, Dad or uncle or whoever's going to be like, holy shit, are you kidding me? That pedal's like this much money. I've been reading about that on the thing. Okay, yeah, but Dad, I got it for you for free. What? What is that? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we've put the Klon Minotaur together with the L12X here. What do we have? A little out of tune. Let's get that fixed. It's rock. It doesn't need to be into... Yes, it does. Gosh, I hate that comment. I used to hear it all the time about punk. It's punk rock, man. It doesn't have to be in tune. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. If you're performing music in front of other people with stringed instruments and more than one person and more than one string, you must be in tune. Do not perform if you're not in tune. Oh gosh, that always used to drive me crazy. It's punk rock, dude. It doesn't have to be in tune. Get a tuner and use it. Because I used to be a concert promoter, and I used to tell bands at the end, if they come up to me and ask me what I thought, well, if the band was to sit there during the set, and if they're tuning for half the set like this, come on, you guys have all heard or been part of a local band that did this live on stage. Okay, how awful does that sound? If I heard even 5 seconds of that when they came off the stage after the end, I'd be like, guys, it sounds great, this, and this, but guys, you gotta get some pedal tuners. You gotta get some pedal tuners ASAP. You gotta do it. And no. Don't say you can't perform drunk. Don't say that. Because there are a lot of musicians over the course of the universe and time and history, including in my own personal history, that I personally knew that could play way better drunk. That was not me. If you put alcohol in me and put me on a drum kit, I lost all feel. I lost any more than 1 or 2 beers to loosen it up. If I had and the more beer I had, the less feel I had for the instrument I'm playing. However, that being said, the opposite is felt for marijuana. I'll be honest with you. I just got nuked somewhere with the green stuff. Can't say that word in streams or something. This sounds awesome. And this is free. And so already, whichever user, whether it's a brand new user or whether it's it doesn't really matter. Whichever style, if it's a brand new user, if it's like a dad or whoever it is, it's a brand new user, they're going to be floored already that they're getting these tones for free. This is also another way I like to teach people to use impulse responses, though I do not recommend doing so with a brand new user yet. This is just so much room to grow and move around with stuff like the Emissary, the L12X, and the Crunk, because they don't give you that suite to rely on. You have to learn how to put together a signal chain, which is not hard, because if you're a guitar player and you've put pedals together on the floor with cables and plugged in a real amp at any point in your life, then you can build a signal chain in a DAW. Okay? I know some people shy away from this and they're really afraid of using a DAW. And I really know. I mean, we may even have somebody watching right now that is really just uncomfortable working in a DAW. And they're like, nah, I want to use my, whoa. Look at that big boy. Jeez, bus. Hi, my name is the L12X. And you can record an entire album. I actually have done full demos, and all I did to vary the guitar tone from left to right was this right here. Left tone. Although with the left, okay, so when I go to the left on the contour, I like to bring the middle up a little bit. And you're like, wait, aren't you just taking mids out? Why are you turning the mids up? Try it, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so all I do when I record left to right with this plugin is I will do something, tone will be something similar to what you're looking at right now. Mind you, often I'll be using the boost mod. Then what I'll do is I'll bring this up. This will be my left-hand side tone. And then for the other side, I will move this to the right and this to the left. And it varies it enough. That, or if you want to get something slightly different, you can bring the gain back and hit the boost mod. That gives you a bit of a different vibe. Okay. Also use the things, you can use the 2 straight up. Oh. And so, yeah, this thing's cooking today. Alternate yourself. Nice solid rock tone. Alternate yourself out of the room then. Wait a minute. Hello, Victor. And good night, Victor. I'm just reading through here, guys. Sorry. I'm out of tune? Nah. Trying a new alternate tuning. Yeah, I'm playing it. I'm playing with the new Devin Townsend tuning. Nah, bro, you're out of tune. Oh, you know what the worst is, though? The worst is when you have a band that did tune. I'm not going to give... Okay, I'm not giving people that are just trying, especially because I was guilty of this, okay? I want to put that out there. But people that are, when you have a younger musicians that use like very, the cheaper guitars, and they're playing their first or second or third shows or whatever it is. And those guitars don't intonate, the intonation on those guitars, they just don't intonate right sometimes. So the guitar will be in tune and you'll feel really bad because you know how frustrated they are, because you were frustrated once, that when you get up here for the harmony solo sometimes, or for the solo, things can get a little out of tune. And one of the worst things you can ever do in music, if you're out of tune and like, it's experience. If you're out of tune, say I'm on stage and okay, I'm playing the rhythm part. And I know to myself that this string here, my B string is out of tune. I know that because I did a full chord. I heard, okay, the B string's a little off right now. Okay, so for the rest of the song, I'm just gonna stick with the bottom, the bottom 4. And if I know in my brain that harmony solo's coming up, guess what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna play my part because it probably involves the B string. And that is something that you learn with experience, whereas sometimes you forget and then you go to that solo and then everybody in the room thinks your band is the worst band on the planet because of that, just because of that harmony solo with the one guitar that's a little out of tune from the other. And you've all heard this, how awful that can go wrong. I've even heard Iron fucking Maiden play off notes in a harmony solo because it's just gonna happen sometimes. But if you can avoid it, boy oh boy, that is a cardinal sin, having bad notes in a harmony solo. If you notice even that first note, if I go up like, and I go up to that first note and I notice that first note is a little off, I'll bend it up a little bit to make sure that it's kind of in, and then I won't touch that string again to the end of the song. Or if you're far enough into the song and you've got a rhythm guitar player or another guy that's playing the part, step on that tuner, tune it up real quick. Or these days, you have clip tuners, although I don't know that I would rock a clip tuner on stage. I think jumping around, it would probably get lost really fast. But stomp on that Boss. I always used to recommend the Boss TU. I think it was called like the Boss TU, whatever the model was at the time. And that thing is bomb proof. You can fall on it. You could dump beer on it. You could run over it with a car, throw it off a bridge. Your amp could fall on it. Your drummer could borrow it and try to use it. And that's a drummer joke. But the point is, it's indestructible tuner, and it's going to also mute your sound when you step on it. And that was one of the best things I can tell everybody playing live: get a real tuner that's in the signal that will mute your signal, where you can figure that out. Because gosh, all right, rant over. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday? So this was my first dad approved. This is level 1 dad approved plugin, level 1. So this requires very little operation, very little fucking about. You can teach somebody a signal chain with it and move along. Now we're going to get to what I believe to be the absolute hottest fucking tamale in all of the dad approved universe. All right? I bring you, let's go to the screen. The soft tube fucking Marshalls. Folks, the soft tube Marshalls might be the greatest dad approved plugins on earth. Why? Well, right fucking here, you'll see that it's got the fucking Marshall logo right in the middle of the screen. These are licensed, baby. Does that... But we all know, does license mean it's better? Fuck no, that doesn't mean shit. In this case, what actually makes this a really good plugin is the name that's on the... Not necessarily the name that's in the middle here. The name in the middle, you can... I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's the companies that can buy the licensing usually get the licensing. And in this case, they've paid for the licensing and they have it. But what makes the quality in this case is the name that's on the top right, SoftTube. And if you haven't heard of SoftTube, you haven't been in this game long enough. Okay, because these guys have been around for a really long time making really good stuff. So when a dad sees, or is an older player, or anybody that's in a rock aficionado, or if they're coming in, you know, green, and they see the Marshall logo right in front of their face on what looks to be a Marshall amp that's sitting in their DAW and in all its glory. I don't believe these have standalones, by the way. Also, this is a standalone plugin, meaning that it's I know that's confusing to some people, but it stands alone inside the DAW, meaning it doesn't come with anything but cabinet. But a cabinet section, it does not come with pedals. It does not come with, you know, multiple sections and a post effect section. So this is again a plugin that'd be really good for learning how to build a signal chain. Now, another thing that I really like about this is the cabinet section is really easy. Hit the channel strip button here, pow. This is really, really easy for a newer user to grab and just play with. So you have your selection of mics right here. They don't make it complex. Pow, I want a 57. Okay, the other side, I want nothing. So I don't want that. I'm going to turn it off. All I want is my 57. That's it. I don't get to choose where the 57 is on the speaker because they did that. The professionals put it in a spot. They used obviously two different spots here. They have 57 and 57. I'm assuming that's probably two different spots, but I could be wrong. They've also got the 414. I'm going to use a 414. They've got several for that. So they give you two options, and these are the two faders. You cannot screw that up. They also give you a very meager but effective situation over here with you, where you can add a little high, mid, and and lower frequencies to things. It's terrific. They've given you a master, so you can, if you want to really crank the master to give it that ballsed out Marshall feel, you can pull this down and gain stage things out we'll do that at some point. So this is really easy for a newer user to grab onto and just use. There's not a lot of learning here. There's nothing too complex. And if they want to use pedals out front, we will. Holy hell. Point one. Hold on. Hold on, I'm just going to... Tuning is for jazz nerds. I just want, guys, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day where I will have the tablet here. We will be using it throughout the stream. And every other stream forever. I cannot wait to have a large screen so I can actually monitor your comments without squinting or leaning forward like an old dude. What? What are these people saying to me? Huh? Stop bothering me. Go away. Tuning is for jazz nerds. You have... Damn, I have one guitar with a crooked nut. Can't get that to bring it to a tech. That is something I will tell you when it's got to do with a nut that's crooked, or Gosh, I've cleaned some stuff. I had a friend who was modding guitars, and he would always try to put like a bunch of glue on the nut, like it needed to be fixed there for the until the end of time. And if you start putting glue on stuff and you create little bumps, man, changing and filing a nut, you got to get good nut files and get good at it. And there are ways around it, man. Nuts are a bit of a business, man. That is definitely something that can fuck your guitar right up good if you screw with it too in the wrong way. So I would say I would get a licensed tech to fix that if you can, and then one and done that frustration. I will try to fix something until it has me at a point where I want to smash it. If I want to smash it, I am at that point going to bring it to my friend Jerry, who will then tell me to calm the fuck down. I will show you how to fix this, you moron. And that's what you'll tell me. Not literally. Okay, so let's get into it. Chimey. Yeah, this thing cooks. The soft tube Marshalls are awesome. They really are. They really are awesome. And a lot of fun to use. And I always have such a good time using these things. Because they sound good, and they sound like real Marshalls. They don't fuck around. Actual hundreds of semitone. Has to be super, super accurate for me. Yeah, man, it really does look good. And you can get also, if you buy this, it becomes available in Amp Room for you. Check out Amp Room. I have not used it on the stream in some time as I am waiting for an update. Something kind of weird happened with my license, and all my other soft tube licenses work fine. Thanks so much to Stefan at Soft Tube, by the way. Everybody at SoftTube treats us great here, and thank you so much for them sending over, always being willing to send over some cool stuff for us to try out. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. So yeah, this thing rips. It really does. See, you hear big difference even between those two positions. Testing sounds good. I'm not much of a guys. I'm really not much of a lead player, so I apologize in advance for that. Yeah, Amperoom is their Celestian cabinet thing. No, Amperoom is their Helix native Amplitude type thing. It's like they're all sweet. They have packs that you can buy for it. You can buy the Marshall pack. You can buy the metal pack. You can buy that. Sorry, guys. You can buy the Angle Savage pack. I do believe that's the one I'm waiting on figuring out why. Basically my amp room is not functioning right now, so I can't help them promote it. Everything that I have outside of amp room works great, but it doesn't work great inside amp room, so I had to figure that out. But amp room is essentially they're all sweet, where you actually, it's pretty sweet. You get it, but you get to, when you have all the Marshall plugins, you get to exchange all of their cabinet sections as well. There's also a Marshall cabinets pack, which is fucking awesome. One of the greatest heavy amps I've ever heard anywhere is called the Vildsint, and it's available only in amp room. You can't use it outside. I've actually asked, I've said to the guy, you should really make a plugin just on the Vildsint, and they don't seem to want to do that, that thing. The thing is awesome though, and I think it's just the hidden gem right now. I don't see enough people using amp room. I would love to see more people using amp room. Problem is, there's also a kind of, I'm not going to say it's laggy, but it's quite demanding. So yeah, you guys be the judge. Check it out. There are free trials for everything. These are also really modestly priced around sale time, so do check those out. I'm not sure if they have a sale right now. Oh gosh, new strings plus a few bends. All right. I'm really excited about Saturday. Saturday night, I'm just chilling. The missus is back in a couple days, but until then, I'm just hanging out. I'm just hanging out with you guys and hanging out with my fuzzballs here. Very excited. They're very excited, as you can see, all sleeping. What's that song again? Ah, here we go. I don't think I'm going to do this band, guys. It's going to sound bad. We're going to try, though. First person to tell me what song I was just playing wins the plugin for today, which is going to be the Audiority Solidus Randy, because that is a dad amp. See you later, Pip. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate you, buddy. I really do. I really do, bud. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate Pip a lot. He is a fantastic member of this team. Everybody on this team is a fantastic member of this team, though. There is nobody that doesn't pull their weight. There's nobody that isn't a really big part of what we do here. So thank you to each and every one of the people. I don't thank them enough, but thank you so much to each and every one of the people that I can call a friend and a team member on this wonderful journey that we are going on together. And this year is going to be a big year for us. We've got many things planned, many large things planned, and I cannot wait to show them and unveil them, and I can't wait to see where we are at this time next year. Two of the things, as mentioned, that we're looking forward to, the new sponsor stuff coming in pretty soon. Meinzinger guitars and Aurora Tone pickups. I have ordered 5 pickups from Aurora Tone. Cannot wait. 2 of those pickups are going into the new custom guitar I'm receiving from Meinzinger. I cannot wait to show you guys this Meinzinger Tempest. Please do check out our sponsors. Again, not paid sponsorships, though, just a trade in services, and nobody got anything for free. So everybody calm down. Calm down. It's going to be a fun year full of what we hope to be great tones, but do check out our sponsors as we're very excited to have them. I also have more packed to this experience, the soft tube Marshalls. There's more. I also want to show you guys the super lead here. Yes, I do. I want to show you guys the super lead. But before I do that, guys, I'm taking my first half break. Man, you could look at this thing, though. Would you just look at it? Holy cow, this thing looks phenomenal. Look at this little blemishes. Not the over, like you can see some companies are doing that wear thing a little bit overboard. Like they're making it look like the amp has literally gone to war. And I don't know that that's entirely necessary. However, this looks fan-fucking-tastic. Wow, this looks great. What an amazing UI. Now, go to the channel strip. Again, same kind of thing, only this time they've given you a room mic, which I'm going to turn off because I have my own room verb happening. They've also changed things up a little bit different. There's no uniformity between these cabinet sections. In this case, they've separated the mics by dynamic. Valve, FET, and dynamic. So you cannot mix these mics up. You can only go with the combinations. Like I found that kind of fun on the other one, that you could kind of do that. You could, mix all these mics together, but in this case, you cannot. Okay, guys, so I am going to be back in about 3 minutes. Thank you so much for being here. Did anybody? Who said Big Gun first? Joe Black. Nice. Another newbie wins something. Awesome. Joe Black, you are going to win the Audiority Solidus Randy 250. That is one of the best, if not, I would say the best plug-in version of the amazing Randall RG 100 ES, known for being the amp from Dimebag, Vivian Campbell. We can just go over artists if you'd like. Dio, you could heard it with Def Leppard. You've heard it with Pantera, of course. You've heard it with Crowbar. You've heard it with a number of other bands out there. So get stoked on that, folks. Get stoked. Thank you so much, Joe Black. You know what I did, guys? I just met Joe Black. Whoa, that's what I did. Isn't that a movie? Meet Joe Black. I think it is. I didn't see it though. I know it has Brad Pitt in it. I scroll by it from time to time. Man, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I will be back in 3 minutes.
Smoke and a whole lot of wine.
old. I see the world dead. Gave it the Andy Ratefeld treatment there. Oh, by the way, Joe, what you need to do to collect your prize, there's 2 steps, sir. Let me turn down this music so I'm not yelling over it. All right, Joe, you need to do 2 things. You need to open an account at Audiority. That is spelled like this. If you want to check it out. This is also free, by the way, Joe. We used this earlier. So please do, while you're there, get the, pardon me. Also get all the freebies that they have. I think there's a free phaser, a free drive pedal. There's a bunch of free stuff, as well as this wonderful free amp right here. And once you open an account, do me a favor and email me at theampsimuniverse@gmail.com with that account email that you used, so that I can have the developer. That's the way this developer works, is that you have to have an account, and then he just drops it in there for you, and then it's all done. So if you could do that for me, that'd be wonderful. And everything being done, everything being given away through Audiority, by the way, is all going to be done in one fell swoop, so I don't have to bother Luca too many times. Just so everybody's clear. I honestly don't even know what I got and how to get it. You won an amp sim based on the Randall RG100, sir. And you're in Ontario? Whereabouts in Ontario? Do you mean... Wait, no. I know there's part of California called Ontario as well. And every time I hear it, I get confused. I am in Ontario as well, sir. And all I can tell you is, yeah, I'm in Ontario. I'm in northwestern Ontario is where I'm at. All right, so I'm checking out the... Man, I'm dropping all this shit today. I am dropping all the shit. So yeah, Joe, just tell you what. Just email me. I'll just email me at theampsimuniverse@gmail.com and we'll get you set up. Okay? Don't even worry about the rest of it. Just email me, the Amp Sim Universe. Connect with me and I'll get you set up with some cool free shit. Sound good? That would be great. I would love to give away free. I love giving away free stuff, and it just happens that somebody new got that. That is one of my favorite AC/DC songs. Just goes to show you how good AC/DC once was. Back in the 90s, there was a thing where most movies would put together these soundtracks full of songs that did not exist on other albums. So you get these unreleased songs, and that's what made them cool. The Crow soundtrack, the Last Action Hero soundtrack. Get off me. The Judgment Night soundtrack. These are all 3 of these soundtracks. Go and check all 3 of those out. Last Action Hero, Judgment Night, and The Crow. These are all 3 of these were made up of really good songs that most of which bands did not release on other albums. Although there were a few that came out on other albums. But still. However, what I'm getting at with that is AC/DC had the song Big Gun. And man, it's a good song. It's a really good song. And they didn't need to do anything with it. It just sat on this like compilation. And it's still to this day one of my favorite AC/DC songs. Oh, some poor strumming there. Well, a fellow, is it Ontarioite? Ontarian? Why don't I know that? From a fellow Ontario resident, sir. That's awesome. I don't know that we've had anybody. I know we've had other Canadians in here, and I know I've got a few local friends here that drop in from time to time, but I don't know that we've had anybody else from Ontario specifically. Let's kick in that clon again. That got a little weird. That was not required. Okay, so that it would be dad level 2. Okay? Dad level 2. This would be a little bit more complex than the L12X. Okay, the L12X is all on one deal. The cabinet section is literally one button. That's it, on and off. There is nothing to be confused here. If they want, they can explore the other 2 amps available. But for the lack of, I'm just going to say for most, you might just want to stay on the standard for now. Although, again, it has so much versatility. You can just kind of choose what you want to do with it and check out the rest of it as you go. But again, the reason I like to start with amp sims like this or the Crunk or the Emissary or other stuff like that, or even in the case of these, and again, these are plugins where you can teach somebody, and somebody is essentially forced, like we were from the beginning. Any plugin user that's been using plugins longer than 5 or 6 years can appreciate what it's like to build your own signal chain. But and I think it's you end up making a tone that's more you as well. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with operating what's in the box, but I think there's something to be said for, like, I think it's a lot of fun for me when I do like an album. I very seldom do I use a suite. I'll use usually just the amp in a suite or something like that and just build my own chain around it. And I think that everybody out there should also do that as well. So it's a good way to teach people to get started with the amp sims. And this would be step 2. And why would I say this is step 2 is because there is another panel. It's not a tough panel to use by any means. Super easy to use. Very simplistic. And then again, it's something that you can merge with these free pedal plugins that you can go and dig up from various other developers out there. Have free pedal plugins to play with. Free pedal plugins to play with. Free pedal plugins to play with. Yeah, did it. So there are a lot of developers out there with these free pedal plugins that can impress people that are just walking into plugins, whether it be a boomer or someone that's in their 20s or 30s, doesn't really matter. If you're out there and you're guiding someone along, show them where all the good free stuff is. Do that. Stop it. People need to stop recommending these high-priced premium plugins to these brand new users. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I know you want to pump out your favorite developer out there, but stop it. Stop it. You're not helping. You're teaching somebody that comes in that everything is $150 off the hop. That is not what you want to teach people. You don't want to teach people that everything is expensive off the hop. You want people to walk in and be like, I can get what for fucking free? What did you tell me? That's how I got into plugins. Someone's like, man, did you try out these new amps that are like fucking from this like French guy? The LePou stuff. The LePou stuff is what brought me to plugins or just amp sims. I was using plugins already, but yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, that's what converted me. So to come in now, holy cow, there's so much good free stuff from right now and from 10 years ago that's still really good and functional. Like, i.e. this right here. This is the Tyrant Screamer. Tyrants! And this is free. Is it old? Fuck yeah, it's old. Does it still sound awesome? Sure it does. So don't be thinking that just because a plugin is like 10 years old or older. Even in this case, this is even older. I think it got a new UI at one point. But yeah. I have to make a live for blues tones? Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely. I have, I would love to. Generally, blues tones are not going to be that they're very simplistic. I mean, you could just, this is a blues tone right here. What I'm using is, this is it. This is a blues tone. You know what I mean? A Marshall amp. Marshall amps are very well known to be great for blues, better known for rock, obviously. But then, of course, if you're trying to impress Papa, you can also bust out. This might make a noise. Heads up, everybody. Is it going to make a noise? Is it going to make a noise? No noise. Of course it didn't. There's not a lot of gain rock in here. So, all right. So this is the Blues Breaker. Again, this is something where if again, from Soft Tube, same series. And so you can go through these. The presets are not superb. I was a little bit low on the volume, but this is well known to be a bluesy amp, aka the Blues Breaker, one of the original loud amps. It's funny where we come from, right? This was an amp that, if I'm not mistaken, Eric Clapton had made for him, and you guys can go look up the legend of the blues, or the history. Not even a legend; it's the history of the Blues Breaker and how it came about. It's a fun story. You go and check it out. If I'm not mistaken, it's just a JTM 45 in a box. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I think it might be. I don't know. In any event, yes, blues gear is going to be similar to some of the stuff we used from surf yesterday as well. But yes, I will definitely do a blues stream. That sounds like a fun stream to do. I just rewired my Strat to be like with the Invader again. I really am toying with the idea of, because there are a lot of Strats for sale in my area. I'm really toying with the idea of getting a Strat, another Strat that I can put into blues mode. But again, I just don't like Strats, guys. I find that I play blues better on a Telecaster neck. So I may just choose to use this. This is all ready to go for blues, and so is one of my Telecasters, my other Telecasters. So I'm good to go for that. Softude's Metal Suite is pretty good as well. You know what? It didn't used to be, but it is now. Near London. Nice. Have you ever heard of a band called, what are they called now? Oh, geez. Well, I know one of the bands that he's in is called Wasted Potential. And the other band is, it's Terror Horse. Have you heard of Terror Horse? I'm curious. Terror Horse, and the other band that he's in is Wasted Potential. I have a bunch of friends that actually live down in the London area. Some really good disc golf down there, I've heard as well. I've wanted to go back and visit. I played that small bar many times. Gosh, why is the name slipping me now? Where it's like two bars in the same bar. There's a small bar and there's a bigger show bar. And you walk in, and you go down a longer hallway, and there's a tall stage to your right, and the bar is lengthwise along the wall. And then right next door is a smaller bar. Gosh. I played there a bunch of times. Why am I not remembering this? This is annoying. Sorry, guys. Something All right. Worst thing you can do for something in your eye is just jam your knuckle into it and just so it feels better. Damn it, what is the bar called? It's driving me nuts. Joe, can you help me out? Anyways, we're going to move past this. We're going to move to advanced level DAD plugin. Advanced level. This is what I would consider to be an advanced level. This is Scuffum S gear, and it's been around for a really long time. And it's still awesome to this day. Nothing wrong with it. We're going to go through some of the presets in here. They've got some rad presets. And this is, again, presets. When it comes to a Sweet Style a Sweet Style plugin, don't undervalue presets. Okay? Don't undervalue presets for new users. But always make sure to tell new users, if you're using a preset, don't get stuck in the presets. Dial in your own stuff as well, right? What is the damn bar called? Oh, damn it. Is it the Embassy? Is that the bar? The Embassy, and the other room is small room next door? Is it the Embassy? I can't remember. Damn it, my brain. It's been too many years. That's pretty cool too, right? Yeah. Yep. Man, we are slow today, folks. Do feel free to jump in. Oh, the bends again. The brand new strings. I thought I stretched these bad boys out, but apparently, let me guess, it's always the B string. It's always the fucking B string. It's always you. It's always you. Let's be honest. It's always the B string, isn't it? This is the Blue Claptonite preset, and I love this preset. I love a lot of the presets in here, and they're very handy for getting to know this plugin because it operates a little bit differently from some of the other suites that you might use. The pedal section, he did not want to make it more than one panel, obviously, because up here is where your pedal section's at. Way up here, I think you have to pay for the updates. I don't know how I feel about paid updates, but we're here anyways. And he's also, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I totally feel about paid updates, but I mean, he's always putting work into this plugin, and he always makes it awesome, makes sure it's awesome. So yeah, you know what? Paid updates are fine as long as the users are getting a lot of new functionality and new tone out of it. So yeah, you guys are getting the idea. There's a few different amps in here. This is, I believe, based on a Marshall Bonos. Yeah, there's a new version of this that I don't have. It's got something in there. I don't know exactly what it's got. It's got something. There's a new something in it. I haven't gotten. I know that's Mike would probably be glad to just hook us up. So I just have to ask. I just have to ask him. And he's usually cool just hooking us up. So oh, that sounds good. Let's go through another preset. Let's go to Boutique Blue. Shall we? Boutique Blue. All right, what else do you have for me? I don't need the room verb, so you can go away. That's not just a room verb. Actually, that sounds really good. Man, this is a great cover. If you guys haven't heard the cover of Dyer's Eve by Revocation. Nice. Man, Dave Davidson from Revocation has some of the best tone you'll ever hear in your life. He really does. Some of the best tone you'll ever hear in your life, lead or rhythm. Wouldn't it be nice if somebody put Dave Davidson's tone in a plugin? God, that would be fucking awesome. So I don't have a middle position on this. I kind of screwed myself over a little bit. So I am going to put a three-way pickup selector in here because I've noticed that in this particular guitar, I usually never use the middle position. Ever. The only time I use middle position is when I'm playing Hot for Teacher or like just that one part of Hot for Teacher, or if I'm trying for that specific sound. And there really is only one way to get that sound, and that is the middle position. You can try it, like it's a little quiet. Anyways, we're going to get out of this preset. I'm not vibing on this one as much. I like to just, if it's a plugin I don't use as much as I normally would, I will always just kind of go through. I like to just kind of go through presets and see what I like about the plugin again. And yeah, I like to do things that way if I can. Yeah, you guys knew I wasn't finishing that riff. You guys know that is my riff tonight. What is your riff tonight? Out there. Do me a favor and tell me in the comments. Everybody has a riff tonight. What is your riff tonight? There's always one. There's got to be more than one. For me, I'll be honest, it used to be Sweet Child of Mine. And then I did boot camp and I played it nonstop for... God, this is a risky riff to play in a stream. I just had to remember it. Anyways, I can still play it smooth, but when I was younger and even in my 20s, if I tried to play that riff, it would just be like fuck. It was just that. It was just a riff that was my riff tonight. What is your riff tonight? My riff tonight is also. I have to say it. I'll be honest. There's a particular Van Halen song, "Humans Being," and man, it's just my riff tonight. I love the song so much. Just that I love the riff so much. I hate Sammy Hagar's voice. There's this one little, it's the pinky part of the portion of the chord right here. Damn it! It's like all of my fingers go to that last chord, the da-da, and then the fingers are like, yep, hey, check, what? And the fingers just like, oh, no. Oh, it sucks. Let me try one more time. The pinky's always the last one to the fucking party. It's like, bro, do your job and go to your home. It doesn't want to go. Yeah, what are you gonna do though? I need to hear it though, everybody. It'd be cool to see the Tonocracy amps if they had their own. I don't know. Come on, I'm not hearing anything. There's 6 people in here and not one of you guys has a riff tonight. So I'm going to make this my own. There's way too much presence and not enough in the midsection and too much low end for what I want to do. Let's see now. This is what I was trying to say. Teach newer users that presets exist. Teach them that they exist for a reason. Why do they exist? Well, the reason they exist is not just to become a crutch or just to become the only way you use that plugin. There are people out there that never stray from the presets. That to me is fucking insane because they're not made with the same guitar. They're not made with the same pair of ears, the same monitors, or the same anything. So you're going to have to make, you don't always have to. Sure, there are going to be some presets are just going to hit you the right way and be perfect. But I have in my, close to 15 years in the plugin business, 15 years of plugin experience, and about, let's say 12, 13 in this industry, I have yet to see more than maybe 5. I can count them on both hands how many times a preset has been perfect, and I could not edit it at all to be better for my personal taste. Their presets can always get better, so never be afraid to teach people that, listen, presets are a good guide. It's a way to show you around the plugin. When you're using the presets, be sure to kind of look and say, hey, what about these presets do I like? Try to figure it out. Is it the reverb in this case? What is it? Is it the chorus? What do I like about this? So in this case, yeah, this thing sounds pretty good. And yeah, it's got that nice soaring lead when you need it. It's, yeah, B string again. You bent me. Ow. Ow. You bent me. I'm going to go out of tune. Ow. Oh, jeez. Sir, if I could ask you not to bend the most bendable string on the guitar, that would be wonderful for me. The B string, always bitching. Yeah, B for bitch, bitch, bitch. Aussie Miracle Man solo for me. Yes, hit me, guys, hit me. Aussie Miracle Man solo for me. Awesome. I shall be free part. With my numbness, pretty much anything lead wise can be riff tonight. So what happened to me years ago, you guys may or may not have seen the scars on my arm. I have one across here, nothing sinister. And if you notice, I've got it goes all the way down here, and this was several hundred stitches. I believe there was a total of 162, not several hundred, but 162 stitches in this area. Essentially, what happened was somebody pushed me in my home trying to break in back through two panes of a screen door, and there was one pane was up to reveal the open screen. And my arm went back through two panes of a screen door. And what happened in that, if you'll notice here, is that it severed my pinky tendon. And I had to kind of learn how to reuse this from scratch. It also severely fucked up this finger. And so this finger, I can't bar the way I used to anymore. Like you'll notice right here, it kind of stresses this right out. But this finger came back way stronger, but it's just so slow. It's still pokey. But it came back stronger. I really never used my pinky a lot prior to that, but they're like, yeah, you got to use your pinky more. And I use it more than I ever have. But when it comes, like, I can't, there's no way I'm bending with it. There's no way I'm grabbing with my pinky and bending. There's not really, that's not going to be for me, dog. Not going to be for your ears either, guys. This is a nice preset. This is great for Van Halen, great for, I don't know, pretty much any old rock. So yeah, and if you're a shredder, oh gosh, how much I would love to shred. I've been practicing this one run. Oh gosh, I'm just gonna tap it instead. No, can't do it right now. It's sticky. And again, this is not an excuse. All the planets must align. When all the planets align, I can actually reasonably resemble or at least trick you into thinking that I might be okay at lead guitar. But when the planets are not aligned, I'm sorry, I don't have that. I don't have that. Do you want my honest thoughts? Okay. Genome is expensive, and we're about to release NAMM Universal Plus, which is going to be roughly half or less than half the cost of Genome and do a bit more probably. The amps in Genome are not great. And it sucks because now people, when I talk about Genome and compare it to NAMM Universal and everything else, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're biased because yeah." If you think I'm biased on anything, you don't know me very well. You don't know me or the team here very well, because we do not get biased. The only thing we're biased towards is good tone. That's it. And good tone and affordability. That's what we like. We really like that here. Genome, I find that Genome is a little bit... I think the cool thing about it is if you own a lot of those 2 Notes cabinets, those cabinets packs that are good with wall of sound, if you own a lot of those, and they gave me all of them, thanks so much to 2 Notes. They were like, yeah, just take them all, dude. I'm like, all of them? Like, all of them. And they gave us, seriously, like, it's like well over 100 cabinets. Thanks so much. I couldn't use them all in a lifetime, but I checked them all out, and they're all really cool. Genome is awesome. But what we decided to do with NAMM Universal is we wanted to do we wanted to do some things that other people were doing, little bits of that, things that were fun about the other plugins that, yeah, well, this is cool. That's cool. We're going to do our own version of this, maybe, though, a little bit of that. And then also add all of our own ideas and how we would make those plugins maybe a little more simplistic, more affordable. The free version of NAMM Universal is coming out, and this is, again, something that new users... this is the old version. The brand new version is going to have a bunch of updates and upgrades for the free version. When we're about to launch, and fairly soon, we're fairly soon going to launch the paid version, which is going to be a multi-panel. Next stream, I'll tell you what, I will pull out the pictures and show you guys in the next stream. We have separated some of these components to make things less tall, and we have spread things out a little bit. We've also added a pedal section so that there's no longer a pedal profiler. You'll have a pedal section with also a couple of built-in pedals that are not captures. So you'll have the option to use, we're building in a compressor. We're building in a very basic tube screamer. And then we're also building in a NAMM pedal with a pedal graphic. So in the second panel, you'll have some of this. The third panel, we're adding in some chorus. We're adding in delay. We're adding a bunch of stuff in that people asked for. You're going to have a high and low pass filter. This version is not getting a lot, but there is going to be definitely some updates and upgrades to the free version. The paid version, in my opinion, is going to outperform a lot of the competitors. But that's not really the idea. The idea wasn't to come in and compete. It was just to come in and necessarily give people another option. Do I like Genome? Yes. I like Genome for its NAMM capabilities. I think the amps, however, are very weak. They're very, very, very weak. You can be the judge. You have ears. And I know that the majority of the people that come around here, they have pretty good ears for good tone. And good tech as well. You guys all know what good tech sounds like, what it looks like, how it operates. So you guys be the judge. Don't take my word for it. As you guys know that I really don't like to slag anything on here. And Genome is fantastic. It is my favorite non-NAMM Universal way to use NAMM captures. I will say that for 100% certainty that I really do like the codecs. I like everything about Genome except for the onboard amps. The ability to use NAMM captures with those two notes cabinets is super fucking cool. I like that a lot because it gives those cabinets even more value. And if you've purchased one of those, you can get them cheap as well. They have lots of sales. There's lots of signature stuff. It's all pretty cool. So in any event, Genome for me gets a thumbs up, and I would give it like a solid 8 out of 10. And if the amps were better, then it would be more like a 9 out of 10. If the amps didn't exist at all in there, it was just the codecs and it was a little cheaper, it would get like a 10 out of 10 probably. So all right, cool. I'm listening to an Italian band in the background that is just amazing. So for new users, also we're adding, but not for new users, for everyone in the update, we're adding 300 presets. 300 presets for bass and guitar. We're adding a whole bunch more captures made by creators like Mark Swarbrick and a number of other creators from Tone Hunt are going to be chiming in. We are going to be separate. We're also going to be offering the capture pack separately on Tone Hunt and the Wavemind website. The reason being is that we are not going to include profiles. We are going to have a preset and have a preset and capture pack separate that's available free for use with it, because we don't want any creators thinking, oh geez, they're using our captures to sell this plugin, because that's not the idea. The idea was using the stuff, but you know what? A lot of these people, like Emil Robe and a number of the other people that have given us captures, have also said, yeah, go ahead and just use them in the paid version. We don't give a shit. We don't care. Just go ahead. But we've said, no, we're going to put it all in one pack with presets, and you can just drop them in and you'll have access to them. So that's what's going on with NAMM Universal. I hope you guys are stoked. I'm stoked. There's also a lot of other stuff coming from Wavemind I'm excited about. This right here is going to turn into a link for us, which would be great. We're going to try to make the logo maybe a touch bigger. I don't know. It looks fine as is. We're going to make it clickable though. And yeah, that's about it. My fretting pinky. Oh, a couple more here. My fretting pinky can only do it fully stretched. Like, I've got a crazy reach too. I've got like I think it was like a 9 or a 7 fret reach. So yeah, I've got like a 7 fret reach from fret 1 to fret 7. Let's say like a 6 fret reach then. Well, technically, yeah. So 6 for whatever. That's my reach. My pinky works good when it's outstretched, but again, like you said, it's got to be. I don't know. It's slow. It's strong. It's stronger than it ever was before, because I did a lot of rehabilitation, but it's slow. No matter how much I use this thing here, it's still slow. The dust that just came off that shows you how much I use that these days. Anyhow, what I was going at by here is the free version of NAMM Universal. It would also be really good for this. I don't know. I don't do it. Okay. It'll also be good for newer users, because you can be able to go in here and it gives you, okay, modern metal, old school metal, rock rhythm, pow. Rock rhythm it is. What do we have here? Sounds great. Already. So yeah, you guys get it. It sounds pretty good. It does what it does. I will go to, say, Rock Rhythm 7. Yeah, you guys get it. It sounds pretty cool. It's not bad. I agree. It is the best for loading NAMM captures. Tonocracy really needs to improve its ease of use, and Genome is too expensive. It just is. $80 for Genome is, that price is, to me, that's madness. That should be a $40 or $50 plugin. Unless it comes with a large selection of their cabs. I'm giving it to you guys straight. It's not a complaint about that plugin. I think it functions extraordinarily well. I just think that $80 US is, wow, that is a lot of money to pay for the best thing about it is the NAMM loader. The amps in there, if the amps were competitive, maybe. The amps in there are not competitive. They just, you guys be the judge. I'm not going to sit here and slag it because I really don't want him to seem like I'm slagging the competition. Because I don't really want to do that because Genome really is good. And if Genome was $40 or $50, it would be a much better purchase. It was free at first. I don't think it should be free. That's too much to give away for free. At the end there. Great bend. I got my boomer bends today. Did you guys get enough of my boomer bends? When I heard Tim Henson say boomer bends, I thought that was a bit cheeky. What do you mean boomer bends? What's a boomer bend? Bend's a bend. Calm down. I saw these strings earlier today. 40 to 8s. What? Who's using 40s? What are you using 40s for? Can you imagine the bend on that? Can you imagine with like an adult male's hand bending an 8? That would be like, I'd be like, watch me go. It would just be like one. It would be the shortest lived guitar string in the history of the universe. It'd be. I've never played. Has anybody played a set of 40 to 8s? Never mind the low string. I feel like if I was just like really laying into that 40, it would be like, bam. I don't know. Are you tuning it up? Oh my God. Don't even start. That's a good one too. How about, okay, no, not every breath you take. The similar, not just rather, but the same chord structure can be found in Message in a Bottle, eh? Wait a minute. Oh. Let's try it again. You gotta nail that pinky slide. I can't even get just a castaway gonna get thrown out of the stream for fucking up the song. There's another song that uses that and it's confusing me. But yeah, let's try again. Kyle, how's it going, dude? Did you send me the email that you used for the Fuse Audio account yet? Because that's one that I can get set up real fast. Did you send me that yet? I don't know that you did. And I don't know that I saw your response to that the last time I mentioned it either. Because things move fast here. Nah, tomorrow, guys. Oh, the B string again. Bitch, bitch, bitch. Now you're... How did you... What? How did the string go up? Anyways. Wow, 7s. Well, that dude's like 100 years old. Yeah, I guess that would be a good reason for like senior citizens that can't like push down, or maybe kids, I guess, too. But I mean, yeah, 42s. I mean, my first guitar had 46 to 10s on it. That's what I used for like the first forever of my life, which is in retrospect probably why I couldn't bend shit when I was a kid. Trying to do 46 to 10s in E when you're a beginner, that's gonna be a tough bend it is. I feel like these guys should be a sponsor at this point, but this is Sober Carpenter. And if Joe Black is still in here. Joe, have you tried the Sober Carpenter stuff? I think it's just in Canada. You should try it if you haven't. It's delicious. Yeah, I'm just checking out some of the dad rock tones, dad approved tones in NAMM Universal. And these are going to be available in a whole, there'll be 300 presets added from, let's see what we have here. Vintage lead. Vintage dirty. Let's go to vintage dirty. Yeah, there we go. So just edge of breakup kind of stuff. Wish I had a tone knob on this now. But it's okay, because I can just do this. And I can peel back that sparkle a bit. Well, I listened to too much Balkan ska. So yeah, guys. By the way, the guitar I'm playing today is just a plain old made in Mexico Telecaster that I just added a fun paisley pickguard to, that I'm still not necessarily in love with. I think I might just switch it back out to black, in all honesty. And the router work I did on this to make it accommodate the humbucker was, not so good. So yeah, I may do that. I may just switch it back to black, straight flat black, and make it really the most. The guitar, it came to me with just filthy. It really did. It came to me filthy, looking like this with these chips out of it and everything. And I saw it, and I'm like, wow, yes, I want that. And it was only, I think I only paid like $300 or $350 or something for this. And it has stayed with me ever since. It ended up with what I call its forever pickup set. Because for me, pickup sets are always temporary until they're not. In this case, I tried this set that I put together, the humbucker from hell. If you're interested in a humbucker sized pickup that really does just kind of sound like a nice full noiseless single coil, it's really nice. It is a really nice sounding pickup. It's a little bit chimey there, but still. It's a wonderful pickup for that exact purpose, and it sounds wonderful for blues and everything else. Cleans, really is truly a really nice pickup to pair with a PAF. This is DiMarzio PAF Pro 30th anniversary, and I just love this pickup. In a heavier guitar, I love it in the neck, and in like more of a, this guitar is its only job in my entire collection. This guitar's only job is to come on and do rock tones for you guys. It's the only thing it lives for. When you're doing something with a Marshall, yeah, it knows it's getting called up the bench. So this is, if every time you see this guitar, it's probably doing something just like this, and I really enjoy it. And really does not cost a lot to have great tone. That's what I want to say to you guys, honestly, before I get this newer guitar that's coming in, that all of my guitars are going to look at it like it's a snooty princess. I feel weird about like this, a higher range custom instrument next to the guitars I have around here is just going to look a little strange. But at the same time, I just want to be very adamant about the fact that you do not need to spend a lot of money on a guitar by any means to get good tone. Also, that being said, Meinzinger's rates for a non-CNC, a non-CNC meaning he does everything from hand, from scratch by hand, and he's just, like, it's fantastic the work that Meinzinger does, and to be able to do that, and some of the necks, look at the necks, folks, to be able to do that and get that for $2,500 US, and a wait time of only roughly, I think it's like 6 months or so. Oh gosh. Guys, check out Meinzinger guitars. I cannot wait to get my hands on this instrument. Kicking the arse off midnight here. I'm actually gonna have to get going. Just letting you guys know. I plan to be here for about 2 hours. The hockey game. Oh man, Canada had a rough night last night. Lost to Latvia in hockey. And boy, oh boy, did they hear about it on social media. So I'm looking forward to watching my boys hopefully bounce back and see if they can bounce back from that. That'd be wonderful. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for being with me today through the dad. This is going to be something fun we'll do from time to time. How to get newer users in, whether it be, Dad Rock approved or whether it be like just new user approved. What are some of the best plugins for new users in general? And one of those, I'm going to be honest, could be NAMM Universal. Not yet though. Once we've got the presets and everything else, right now I've been told it's kind of, you need to be a bit of it's like an intermediate and up. We want to make this a little bit more user friendly. So we're hoping to do that with the new update as well. So this is one of those plugins I would say would work well for any new user, but at the end of the day, the heavyweight fucking champion of plugins for brand new users, or really anybody, but for brand new users or anybody wanting something really awesome for free, it is the Audioity L12X, hands down. It does clean metal, but the standard is where the guts are really at. The clean and the metal were sort of just these prototypes that Luca was doing for another project, but they still sound awesome. Just to understand that they are not. This is actually modeled after a real piece of gear. It's an amp that's about this big, and it sits on top of those novelty-sized Marshall cabinets. Bedroom amp. But it sounds gigantic in the plugin world because you're putting it through 412 cabinets, 212 cabinets, and the likes. This right here is the easiest way to get anybody into plugins. I'm telling you, if a new user comes to you and says, how should I get started? This is what you tell them. They can grow from here. Don't recommend anything that's $150. Don't recommend anything that's got multi-panels or anything else. Have them start simple and then grow from there. Okay, guys, that's my challenge for you today, is to find a new user in your life somewhere and get them to get them. We all know somebody that's on the fence. We all do. I know tons of them, but we all know somebody that's on that fence to step over and start getting more into plugins. Your job and my challenge for you is to get that person to on the side of the fence. Just give them a little, give them a little push. You know what I mean? So give them a little push over the fence. Get them something cool and get them started with something easy. Nothing ever killed enjoyment of a plugin or any new hobby. Nothing kills it like an unnecessary learning curve. Do not give a new user an unnecessary learning curve. Let them have fun from the beginning. Cater the experience to them. If you need to be right there in the room with them, if you can be, that is, do that. If you need to be on FaceTime or something like that to help them, or even a team viewer, do that. Help them. Help them fall in love with plugins like we all did, and eliminate some of the learning curves and frustration that some of us may have had. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. I love each and every one of you. I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow. Not sure what time yet. Just watch for me. I'm going to be out and about. I look forward to it. Guys, thank you so much for the support, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.
Corruption, concealed, it's still on my